right, everybody, welcome to HRH TV. I'm still Gino D, and this is The Last Great Dreamers.
Hello.
Yeah, a bit of a tuna can scenario there. Everybody squeezed in on the couch.
Yeah, we like it cozy.
Right. Yeah, we're very intimate.
Warm up from last night.
Yeah. I must admit, it was great to see you guys on that big stage last night. How did it feel?
Love it.
It was incredible, yeah. It was just a real highlight of our career so far. I must admit, it's up there with some of the top gigs we've done.
I was going to say, because you guys aren't unknown, but it was like you I wouldn't say disappeared.
No.
But you were still around. But your resurgence over about the last 18 months has been quite astounding.
Yes, we did disappear.
Yeah, we did. It was a long hiatus. Yeah, we were resting for quite a while.
Yeah, from '97, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
97, 98. But Mark and I met up again because we lost touch. And we met up again in 2014, wasn't it? In January. But yeah, so what we've done in really those 3 years has been phenomenal.
It has, and the crowd reactions are,
yes,
it's like. So did it feel like it'd really gone away, or?
Oh yeah, we didn't know we'd ever play again. I did.
Yeah, when we split up the first time, we weren't sure what would happen. Sort of 10, 15 years later, it's incredible. And what we're doing now feels more exciting than the first time around. It's just the vitality and the energy there.
Is it one of those periods when you don't play together? And then life goes on, as it does, and then there's other issues involved with it. When you come back to the first time, how was it? Did it kind of click, or did it?
It was
straight away.
I mean, I think one of the things is that I missed is probably the camaraderie and the sort of the humour and the fun that we had, and that kind of clicked straight away. It took us a little while to remember the notes.
Yeah, that's right.
Mark and I got together and we played acoustically for a couple of days, and we just chatted about old times and chatted about what we wanted to do, and that was it really. Then we started thinking about putting a lineup together, which has kind of changed and evolved until we get these two lads in. So it's all complete.
So what was the decision on that? Did the hat style come into play?
The hat was the first thing.
The hat was the first thing.
Yeah. We got the hats, then we found the blokes to go under them.
Just got to have a hat too, When you get to our age, you've got to really keep a hat on, to be honest. So,
I don't know. Mine's starting to recede really quick, so I might have to go.
You're okay at the moment. You don't know what we look like under it.
They're all wigs.
Just around the rim.
Basically, as soon as we started again, it was like the touch paper got lit, and it just sort of rolled and sort of.
We're both
where
very
we are now.
driven and ambitious, and
you want this more than ever. I think you realise when you're younger, it's obviously we worked hard as a band. We got a deal on everything and did our stuff back then. But I think now it just means more. You're more experienced, and each moment you savour it, and you really appreciate the people coming out to see you who had the album 20 years ago. You still got the original album, and they come and see you, and it makes it all worthwhile. And people who haven't seen us before never heard of us.
Yeah.
And I think maybe mistakes we may have made on small things in the past, you kind of realise this time round things that you would have done a bit differently maybe.
But because it seemed to me watching you guys on the big stage last night, you guys are absolutely having fun. Is that something that is new? Because from the past, where maybe it was more of a job and it was more of a bugbear than it was actually you guys having fun and playing in that respect.
Perhaps. I think we've always had fun. It's rock and roll, and we love doing what we do. But I think the pressure's off now when you're not 25 trying to get a record deal, and every movement you make is kind of you're sort of thinking about it too much. But I think we just we love what we do, and I think that comes across hopefully, and it's really what it's about.
I mean, it's enjoyable. We love what we're doing. And towards the end of the band in the 90s, towards the end of the 90s, we became jaded, and the business kind of knocked the stuffing out of us. And I was saying to Mark the other day, back then rehearsals became a chore, and we kind of felt we were going through the motions, I guess, and that's why the band eventually split, because we just had enough of that. But we lost the love of the music and the love of playing, and now rehearsing is fun as well. And we have a great time. We have a lot of fun together. And
totally. Yeah, it was all about the record deal in those days. We had a second record deal we were about to sign, and kind of fell through at the last moment. At that point, we'd kind of had enough. But now
the disillusion set in, and all the rest of it. Yeah,
I think for a lot of bands it's similar.
And in today's industry is a different animal altogether.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we feel like a new band. You know, we're in more control of what we do. There's things that we can't do, obviously, because you know not everybody knows us, and we always try to run before we can walk. But it's wonderful what you can do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of bands have got control over everything with the media, with the artwork, everything, and ideas. And if you want to put out an album, pretty much anyone can do it, dude. You know,
So speaking of albums, new material?
brand new album, all new songs. So we're really stoked about that as well.
Cool. When do we get to see that?
The new album came out a couple of months ago. Transmissions from Oblivion, and we hope to get another one out again next year.
It seemed kind of like a bit of a soft launch on that one, but there are some killer tracks on it. Are you just going to go back and kind of like do a major push on it, or just see what happens?
I think it kind of maybe didn't work quite. I mean, circumstances dictate how you do things, and obviously you learn by these things. But we released a couple of singles with Dope School, which has been well received with Hard Rock Hell Radio. But it kind of spanned over a period of time, and I think perhaps if we'd have planned it better, but we weren't really planning; we were just doing, And,
like I say, soft launch. I mean, we're relatively inexperienced at sort of running the business side of things as a, like with a label and things like that. So that's difficult. That's when you perhaps do need help. To really push things out there.
Yeah, and we've sort of...
And bigger support tours. If we'd had a bigger support tour when the album first came out, perhaps
we were going for a couple of tours which we didn't get, and we went out on a headline tour, and it was it didn't really get the attention it should have got, deserved, that we felt, because there's songs on there I think are very radio friendly as well, and I can imagine it mainstream, and it's just getting it into the right hands, I think, personally. But we don't want to get hung up on that. We just want to go out and play, and we just love playing. The big stage for us is we're very at home doing gigs like last night.
But then again, even on a smaller stage,
Yeah.
You guys still went out and had a good time on it.
Exactly.
Completely different. But
It's kind of a bit of a culture shock going back to what we're used to, I guess.
But, that was really quite a surreal
But
moment.
once you're doing it, it's great,
Well, everybody enjoyed it. And on that note, all I can say is I enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys hanging around for at least another 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere now, but that's great.
Yeah, we've got to write some songs and get a new album out. And,
Well, I've got a new album sitting there ready for 10 years. Yeah, we can do it.
I think we can do it in 10 this
Hopefully
time.
we'll be back here. Really appreciate you guys having us, and we've had a wonderful time.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And all I can say, you've been watching HRH TV. I'm still Gino D, and this is still The Last Great Dreamers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Thank you.